Welcome to Malaysia. Geez, it's been a while since we've talked about this interesting country. It is a place that some may not know about, some may live in, and some of you may be neighbors too. But what is Malaysia? Well, like many other countries, it has a story of happy moments, regretful moments, moments of hope, and sometimes of despair. Because a country even as great as one such as Malaysia can relate to us all on a personal scale. Good afternoon, everybody. Dave Wobble here, and welcome to FTD Facts, the channel where, well, we talk about people, cultures, and places from around the world, as you guys already know. If you guys are one of our regulars, if you're new here, well, this is what we do. And today, we're going to be talking about Malaysia. Now, I'm excited for this because we haven't talked about the country since February of 2017. And a lot of you guys watched the first episode and had a lot of really nice things to say about Malaysia, so we're doing a part 2. We had people like Fasha Surreal, who says, "Sees the word Malaysia, proud." Hadek Nur Alam, who says, "I'm studying in an international Islamic university in Malaysia. I'm from Bangladesh and I love this country and the people." We also had Hacked Account, who said, "Love Malaysia from your neighbor Indonesia." And Deuce Lane said, "Malaysia is so beautiful, love from the Philippines." And actually 559 of you gave that a thumbs up. So here we go, let's talk about part 2. Now before I get into this, guys, I want to let you guys know about our sponsor, that is Grammarly.com. I'm going to talk about them more in the end of this video, but the link for that is in the description box below. They actually are our sponsor and they help you with your English, but we'll talk about that later. So with many people thinking and agreeing that Malaysia is an interesting and beautiful country, what are some things that we can discover more about this particular nation? Now, in a previous video, we talked about population and the land size, but my question is, where do all these people live? Well, they are spread across 13 states and 3 federal territories, with each territory and state having its own separate flag, which is a little bit different from regular countries. For example, Selangor Darul Asan, with the capital Shah Alam, is the largest state in the country, with a total estimated population of 5,874,100 people. But for landmass, this has to go to Sarawak, with a total landmass of 124,450 kilometers square. And although these different states and territories have their own flag, which is very interesting, they also have their very own license plate letters. Now, these are prefix license plate, and they're all alphabetical, and out of all these states and federal territories, none of them are vowels, except for Perak Darul Rezdoan, which has the letter A for its license plates. So we got all these different states, we've got all these different cities within it. My question is, what is the capital of Malaysia? And that goes to Kuala Lumpur, which is not only the capital, but the only Alpha World city in Malaysia. And basically what that means, it's the only city that competes on a global economic scale. Now, its population is roughly 1.73 million people in its federal area. And throughout its federal territories, which is approximately 243 kilometers square, it has 866.1 people living per square kilometer. But if you incorporate its agglomeration of other cities, it's a lot bigger. Sometimes called as the Klang Valley, it has approximately 7.25 million people, and it is considered one of the fastest growing cities in all of Southeast Asia. As for Kuala Lumpur, it itself is one of the 3 federal territories within the country. And although it is the capital of the country, ironically, it is not home to the Capitol building. The Capitol building of the country, Perdana Putra, oddly enough, is placed at Putrajaya. And this building was completed and in function by 1999. But Putrajaya is a city itself that is considered another federal territory of the country. And I gotta say, looking at this thing, it is one of the most beautiful cities that I've ever seen. Although it may be only home to 88,000 people in 2015, the city is considered a planned city in order to deal with the overpopulation from its next door neighbor, the city of Kuala Lumpur. And oddly enough, this city or federal territory is relatively new, as it only gained its status in 2001, with the city and the Capitol building being named after the first Malaysian Prime Minister, Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra. Now let's move away from human technological achievement and their buildings, and let's talk about nature, because Malaysia is really important. Malaysia is a very, very special place when it comes to our connection to nature and animal life. This is because Malaysia is home to the oldest rainforest on the planet. The Belum Temenggor Forest has a tail that is all the way from the Mesozoic era of history. Its age puts it at over 130 million years old, covering approximately 290,000 hectares, which is pretty much almost as big as Singapore, guys. Let's just keep that in mind of how big this rainforest is. And although part of it has a protected national park, about 2/3 of the forest still remains unprotected. The forest is home to the original Orang Asli, who are aboriginals who have very little knowledge of the outside world, and still live in their huts hunting off the land. And unfortunately, one of the worst things about this forest, 2/3 of it is still in danger of severe logging. And not only is it just plant life that's important within this rainforest, but it holds 14 of the world's most threatened animals and has more Malayan tigers than any other place in the country. But however, when it comes to land, let's talk about elevation. When it comes to the country, Malaysia's average elevation is roughly 1,765 feet. And as for Mount Kinabalu, it is the highest mountain in the country. Now, Kinabalu Park is also a UNESCO protected zone. Being inscribed in the year 2000, it is the 20th most prominent mountain on the entire planet because of its topographic prominence. And this is because it's home to so many plant and animal species. For example, when it comes to plants, it has approximately 5,000 to 6,000 species, 236 bird species, and over 100 mammal species. And of course, it is one of the most breathtaking views in the entire country if you can make it to the top. So there you have it. My name is Dave Walpole, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. If you guys know more facts about Malaysia, be sure to put it down there in the comments section below because, hey, sometimes we miss some, and there's people like you who might be living within the country and can tell us more about the country from your point of view that we just don't know about. On top of that, guys, before you get out of here, check out Grammarly.com. These guys really help improve your English. Trust me, I need it all the time, although I speak English not perfectly, though. So the link for that is in the description box below, and, you know, if you guys really like what we do and want to support us further, they actually help give us money to sponsor our videos as well. And of course, guys, always leave your comments down there. We're always reading them, and we're always taking recommendations from you guys. But this is us just touching on Malaysia once again. This country has some great features, and deep within the rainforest, it is home to not just the story of us as humans, but to Earth and animals' history. A history that its people strive and protect and care for. For we, as the rulers of this planet, have a duty among the tall and the small. And that is how I summarize the people of Malaysia. Yo guys, thank you guys for watching, and of course, if you missed our first video on Malaysia, yo, check it out. On top of that, if you just like learning about cultures and different countries from around the world, check out our country playlist. You'd be surprised at what you know. But other than that, if you like this video, share it with your friends. And of course, come back every Monday to Friday because we're always uploading videos between those days. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.